Hey, welcome back for the gameplay video. So this is a deck that I have finally decided on. The green is going to be a splash. I have found a way to make the mana base work. We are running 18 power sources because this deck has a very high curve, so I think 18 is the minimum. And with the expectation that we can draw more power with Privilege of Rank or cycle through our deck to find lands when we need it with Herald's Song. So um, I managed to get between the strangers and also the banners that I have, the two banners that I have. I managed to get nine access to nine fire, nine primal, and seven justice, which I think is good enough most of the time. And that seven access to seven justice is gonna allow us to splash, quote unquote, splash a double green card. Um, this deck, I think, is very, very powerful. We have an incredibly powerful late game, a pretty decent and defensive early game, and even our mid game is pretty good because of the synergies that we have in a lot of our cards. Obviously, the weapons like Chakram works really well with cards like Quartermaster. Every time you play this unit dies, you can cast it again to draw more cards. And between Chakram, the Granite Acolyte, the Ornate Katana, I have actually the Sparked Clan Hero will play a weapon as well. Gives us four triggers for the Quartermaster, which I think it good enough to warrant this card's inclusion in the deck, even though normally a 3-mana 2/2 is not that great. Of course, all of the weapons are fantastic on sharpshooters and also evasive creatures. Now, Herald's Song has a very good interaction with Privilege of Rank. This will allow me to fetch Justice sigils even if I don't have any in play, which I think is really important in case I get colored faction screwed. And also, it's a very powerful card drawing engine. You effectively get 2 copies of Herald's Song, and one of those, half of that card, will get you 3 more cards. So it's a very good engine here. And because we have such high curve, playing this, even if it's not for color fixing, just playing it to get more power is often good enough. And of course, once we get to 7 mana, then the game should be over relatively quickly. The only weakness to this deck is that I don't have any real ways to deal with very large creatures. I don't have any hard removal. All of my removal are conditional. This one's only 4 damage, and this one is conditioned that I have a unit that's big enough to remove his. If I play it against a deck that plays a turn 2 Auric Bully 3/2 and then just puts 3 or 4 weapons onto it, making it like 11/11, I have actually no way to beat that. Which it's problematic. I think ideally we pick up a Vanquish or a Permafrost, and that would make us feel a lot better. But alas, we don't have it. So we're just gonna have to hope that our bombs are bigger than their bombs, and it's gonna allow us to beat them. But anyway, with that said, let's get into a game. It is 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. At this time of the night, it's actually pretty hard to find games, and very often I get paired up against opponents that are very far from my own rank. So that's a little bit unfortunate. The gameplay may not be as exciting. And also unfortunate for me because when I win, I get practically nothing out of it. And when I lose another 50 ranks or so. But oh, hey, that was not a very long queue, so that's good. And Goblin Matron, a good player. I've fought against him before, both in draft and in ranked. This hand is okay. He's going first, so I have 2 turns to draw my next land, and I have a good turn to play and a very good and some very good 4-drops. I think this is likely good enough. I would be more comfortable if one of these cards was a land, but you gotta have some faith that your deck will give you lands in what I need another land in 2 more turns. Okay, well that will help me draw the land that I need. We'll play the 1/3 with the intention of blocking, even though he could finish it off with a Verif's Favor or Combat Trick. I don't mind. It's better than playing the Stranger and trading, and then he has a 2/2 weapon in his hand. I need to find a way to deal with the 1/5 very quickly because it is quite strong. So I don't really want to play the katana on this unit. It's a 3/3 flyer. It's not super good, but I don't want to miss a land drop. So I think I would do it for the sake of hitting my next land. Perfect, I hit it. Alright, so let's attack with the 3/3. I don't want to... Yeah, I'm not going to hold it back. I'm not going to block the 1/5 because it's just 1 damage. And I don't want to block the 2/2 because then he can make this a 3/7. And that's really difficult for me to deal with. I'd rather just trade him damage 3 for 3. Okay, not a very aggressive deck so far. But thank goodness we draw the land. So now we have a lot of options. Because I could actually play double strangers and with the plan of putting the tracker on one of the strangers, making it 6/2, and then my opponent has no more blocks at all. But I can also race him. This is a very fast clock. You know what? Let's just go for it. The reason I do it is because this is a steel Fang Chakram, and because if he manages to kill my unit, I get it back. So there's not a lot of drawback there. If that was any other weapon, I may not have done that. Steel Fang Chakram is a really good card. Oh, that's perfect. So now I have so many options. My opponent is really close to dead. He's dead next turn because I have a mortar in my hand. He doesn't know that yet, but our not very aggressive deck turned out to be very, very aggressive. I blocked the 1/5. I don't actually care about taking damage, and I just don't want him to draw a card here. And I'm not going to chump, and I don't want to trade with his golem just yet. So I think that's fine. Yep. He's dead unless he has something. Oh, that's game. Well, our not very aggressive deck has turned out to be very aggressive, but that's mostly because of the power of the Steel Fang Chakram. When you have so many bombs in your deck, I think when you draw those bombs, you're going to have a very high chance of winning the game. Hopefully the second game won't be too long of a wait. Before the game... Okay, I was just going to say, it's near the end of the month. I think it's the 29th right now. There are a lot fewer people drafting, I think. Maybe over the next 24 hours, there's going to be like a final sort of rush of players trying to push rank right before the ladder reset. But over the last week, it has been very difficult to find opponents that are similar ranked and with similar MMRs. Okay. Yeah, I'm more than happy to trade strangers here. Oh, no, trade my stranger with this thing, the Knife Jack. Yep, snap block. Okay. I will trade... Ooh. That is a combo. I only have 3 Justice Sigil in my deck, so if I don't do that, if I play my Adapt this turn and Echo, and I draw a Justice Sigil, then I actually don't even get to draw 2. So let's just not take that risk. Yeah. That's pretty sweet, because I don't need all 3 Justice Sigil. I have so many lands. I can discard one with Echo and draw another card. So this is so much card advantage. It's actually pretty sweet. And another reason why another reason that I didn't mind doing that was because on 4 mana, I can play 2 cards in the same turn. So I actually don't lose too much time. I only just took 2 damage extra. So there's not a lot of drawback. Oh, I need another mountain. I mean, not mountain. Red fire. I need another fire sigil. This card is so strong. Hopefully this echoing song. Herald's song will get me another red. Is he gonna? Oh, he's not gonna sacrifice. I'm surprised by that actually. Because I think a 5/5 is going to be worth a lot more than a 5. Oh, what? Yeah, this deck is pretty absurd. I think I'll just play this. I think I'm not in a rush to get value. I'm just trying to achieve some kind of parity on board. Uh-oh. Does this give it first strike? No, it doesn't. Well, that's okay. That's just a 2-for-2 trade. That's... Although next turn I can put this on. No, I'll trade it. Oh, that was stupid. I should have traded the 3-1 in the 2-2, not the 4-1. That was actually really dumb, wasn't it? But no matter. When I draw the next land, I win the game. Oh, jeez. Alright, let's just song. See what I get. I can play this, but I can't play this. You know, as weird as this may seem, the Groundbreaker is the worst card in my hand, right? Alright. Discard that then. That was an odd turn of events. My opponent's probably looking at my yard and going, what on earth does he have in his hand to discard a Groundbreaker? Yeah, I'll block it. Sure. Let's attack. Well, with all said and done, my opponent's stuck on 3 lands, so yeah. Maybe all of this. Oh dear. If I manage to lose this game with these cards in my hand, I'd be pretty sad. Oh, as Justice will have it, I'll not draw a land for... Oh, no, there's the land. And I have a feel... Yeah, no, I'll play the Honor Guard first. He dies next turn. So my opponent's stuck on 3 lands. That was not a very exciting game. Alright. On to the next game. Yeah, so my observation is that there'll be a large surge of players in the first week, pretty much rushing for Masters, in I guess in both ranked and draft, but and then you have a week and a half or so of lull time where a lot of the sort of people sitting on the top 100 is is not drafting as much, and just sitting on their rank, and I think at the very tail end of the month, when it's a day or so left, you do get another slight surge of players trying to move up the ranks a little bit. And I think today's the 29th, so players are going to start drafting a little bit more over the next 24 hours. And that's exciting. Okay, it looks like the queue is going to be a little longer. So what I'm going to do is actually stop the video, go get some food, and resume later, perhaps tomorrow. It's already 1 o'clock. I would imagine, and it's also 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so I would imagine not a lot of people are playing at the moment. Thank you very much for watching. I'll have the next gameplays in a separate video.